they snap. You know, the girlfriend snaps out. She finds out all these things that's going on. And then, you know, nigga, you blah, 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 blah. I could have stopped this shit a long time ago and, you know, whatever. We got to decide what it is that we want. But I mean, that may be a bad analogy with the girlfriend, but still, but when you withhold information and you could have been prosperous from it, that's better. Yeah, you could have been prosperous from spreading the information, but you keep it to yourself and then everybody find out and you like, well, I thought you knew, but you ain't saying shit. Motherfucker gonna snap, man, get this goofy ass nigga away from me. We gotta come out of this shell that we in. You know, right now we rebelling against each other. Those who got information, who know the information, and those who don't want to know the information. Because there's people out there who want to share the information, who want to bring it back to the hood, bring it back to the people, to our people, and educate us. Because some of us out there, a lot, well, there ain't too many of us. We see how the world is moving. We see how the world is changing. But a lot of us don't want to accept that. We don't think so. We think it's going to be the same thing. Ain't shit going to change because we're conditioned. We're conditioned to believe ain't shit going to change for us. So when change do come, you don't even know what the fuck it look like. All you know is them niggas around the corner owe you some money, and that's all you care about. But then, when a motherfucking cop do something in our neighborhood, all of a sudden it's a problem. It's this, this, and that, and this and that. But you ain't saying nothing about all the rest of the stuff that's going on in our neighborhood. See, we got to stop our own from doing bad in our neighborhood. See, like back in the day, I found out from an old school, an old head, the Black Pt2s, Black Pt2 Rangers, they were derived around the Black Panthers. And you couldn't go around the neighborhoods where the Black Pt2s were because they wasn't having none of that BS coming around there. Majority, all of the gangs were on the same thing. It was a branch of the, like they say more majority like from some of the old schools. They say it was more like like branches of the Black Panther. We're taking care of the neighborhoods. You know, it was respectful. Everybody looked out for one another, this, and that, and the other. Gangs was just like a phase through life, and then that was it, that was all. You know? And now, it's out of control, no structure, no foundation, no nothing. Just like us, period. When we try to get a structure, don't nobody want to help out with said structure. Nobody wants to help out, but we complain about we need to band together, but don't nobody want to. I see so many self-help seminars, you know, that be happening in our neighborhoods, and you don't see too many of us in there. How we can rebuild the neighborhood and do this, do that. Good seminars, good stuff to empower us, to help us out. It'd be a hall that can hold 500 people, but you only see 50 of us. But yet, we outside on the block. Man, these honkies, they ain't trying to help us, and we ain't even trying to help ourselves. We come back to the neighborhood to try and help. We ain't trying to help ourselves. See, we got into this monster that is killing us. This 4-letter monster that's killing us. Free. The aid, the welfare system broke us the fuck up. Because back in the day, the daddy was in the house. And you had families, black neighborhoods, communities that were strong, powerful, something to be reckoned with. They took the daddy out the house because they didn't want no damn another Malcolm X, no another Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Huey P. Newton. They didn't want none of that because the aid system was created in like 1949 or something like that, by Franklin Roosevelt, by Roosevelt. And later on, in the 60s, the aid system kicked in with the Take the Man Out the House, 1964. Basically, you can't receive no aid if your man is staying in the house. But the white farmers whose wives went to the aid office to get help, they didn't tell them to get out the house. They was all about keeping the family structure together. But the black people who were getting financial assistance, that man can't stay there. 1974, 10 years later, child support kicks in. Now, for you to receive child support, you know, to get aid, you got to report the man of the house. You got to report it. And back then, it was a thing. You had to know who your damn baby daddy was. What? No, I don't know who my baby daddy was. It was an insult. Like back then, you call a woman a bitch, the whole block will beat your ass. But now it ain't nothing. So like I say, back then, you say you don't know who your baby daddy is, everybody turn their head like, oh my God, she's a hoe. Stay away from my man. You know? So, but they created that. You know, they created that for us to make sure that we don't have no more black leaders. And what happened since then? The influx of damn homosexuals, boys shot through the roof. Took daddy out the house, homosexuality skyrocketed. Because the male influences, the male, you know, role model is gone. And next thing you know, all you hear about is my mama, my mama, my mama, my mama, my mama. From that point forward. And look at all of these gangbangers. Look at all of these black on black crime. What is the one thing that's missing from everyone, from East Coast to West Coast? They all got daddy issues. Little stripper girls. And all of this. All of them got daddy issues. All of them got daddy issues. But yet, you know, that's one of our problems. See, back in the day, daddy used to sit you down, have a discussion with you, show you how the world's shaking and moving. We forgot that. We think it's all about the woman, like she did it all on her own and nobody helped her and this and that or whatever. From being a single father and raising my daughter, I seen this firsthand. Well, you have a lot of women nowadays that ain't taking care of their damn kids. Where you got niggas that do better taking care of their kids than a woman do. Women using child support and using the system just to keep a brother down because they see him about to come up. And then if they ain't coming up with him, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't coming up. The crabs in the barrel thing. That's what I'm talking about. We got to stop that. See, we steady fighting amongst each other, not realizing the main point is the welfare system. See, like I just said about what the women do and this and that, everybody will focus on that part of the conversation as opposed to the main point, that it was caused by the welfare system. We love to divert as opposed to being stuck on the foundation, the root of the problem. We want to steady trip, you know, clip at the leaves at the tip of the branch, as opposed to being able to hit the roots and take the whole tree out. You know? Oh, it's because they ain't giving us what we wanted. It's because this is and that. These brothers killing each other because of lack of education, and it's because of this and that, and it blah, 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 and this and blah, 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 blah. No, it ain't. It's because of the welfare system. That's the root of the problem. You brought the welfare system in, and it kicked the man out, and all of these boys out here got daddy issues. They think they forcing themselves to be the head. And one thing that I noticed, and one thing my mother said, is that can't no woman teach a boy how to be a man. which is true. You can't. Because boys hit an age where they get rebellious. Girls hit an age where they get rebellious, but mama get the popping their ass up and put them in their place and they bounce back. Boys get in that age where they got to be put in their place. And if daddy ain't there, who gonna put them in their place? Mama can't do it because that boy's strong as hell. She gonna have to kill him. She gonna have to fuck him up just to put him in place. See, we'll be steady so worried about the all these issues, but ain't nobody paying attention. Daddy's gone. Because if daddy was around, he'd put that boy on his ass fast. Put him in his place for stepping to his mama. Put his ass out the house. That's where a lot of these issues come from. The one thing that they were scared of back in the day was the black family. The black household was so powerful. They were really scared of us, the black family. See, when you speak from experience, you can tell what's going on, because like I told my brothers and them, the reason that we get our ass up and go to work every day was because we seen our stepfather go to work every damn day. Every day. Male influence is a motherfucker. But we seen our stepfather get up and go to work every day. So now guess what we do now that we older? Get up, go to work every day. Get this money. We know the whole thing, family, this and that. So that's where we get it from. That male influence. Men cling to men. But we didn't know what we wanted. But that now that we went through it, we know what we want for ours. So we have to educate ours, because, hey, stop all that yelling. Go in the back room. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all can't do this and not yell. Go in the back room and watch TV. But, so you sit up there and you go through these little issues, and you don't want your kids going through these issues, so you try to teach them. But now, at a time, people want to be married, but they don't know what they want. You got the woman who want to be married, but yet she still want to act independent. The man who want to be married, but then wondering why he's so stressed or don't want to contribute. Thinking that all he's supposed to do is just sit on his ass, and she's supposed to wash his feet and wipe his ass, and he ain't supposed to do nothing. Because we're losing the sanctity of marriage. We don't know what the hell marriage means. A lot of us. That's why divorce is so high right now, especially in the black community. Because we sit up here, oh girl, I'm gonna get married, but then when they get married, they still want to do the same shit, or still want to hang around the same people like they used to do before. And then when dude leave them, or vice versa, then they wonder, what did I do wrong? We don't know what we want. Now you see what I'm saying? On all aspects. You get a good man. You don't even know what a good man looks like. I want a man that's this, and that, and blah, 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 blah. You get that, but you don't even acknowledge it. Because now you think you could do better. Like I said before with the men. This man breaks his neck to marry you, to make this happen. A woman breaks her neck to be what you want. And then, I could do better. Or you treat him like shit once you get him. What do we want? Right now, this country is at war. Informational war. Spiritual war. Because it's a war between good and evil right now. And the evil that you think is evil Ain't evil. Well, if you into your scriptures, you know what I'm talking about. Because, like I say, you don't know what you want. You can't recognize it. I used to tell people all the time, if God came down right now, you would not know it's God. And if he told you he was God, you would say you crazy. Because your mind ain't thinking of all of the signs to prove that proves he God. He can give you everything that shows that he's God, and you still won't believe him because you don't even know you don't even read the scriptures like that. So you still don't know what to look for. You looking for somebody walking on water and doing magic tricks. But all the time, they ain't gonna do that. Y'all waiting for one person to float out the sky, come down out the sky, and with a mighty voice yell, when all the time that ain't gonna happen. And say, I am Jesus, and I command the thunder and the lightning, and I do this and I do that, and y'all looking for that. That ain't gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. With the faith of a mustard seed. Mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is? It ain't none of. A lot of y'all ain't even got that. Y'all go to church all y'all life and y'all still don't know what you want. You get somebody that forces you to change or forces you to correct yourself, you don't want it. But yet we want equal opportunity. We want equal justice. We want this. We want that. What do we want? We don't know. We need to get back to us and find out what it is that we want. And you need to sit your ass down and listen to the brothers and sisters who's out there in the field dealing with these other folks and who trying to tell you that these things are changing. Pay attention. This is what we got to do, and we need to get together and strategize because that's what they do. Ain't you noticed there's a white community, Little Italy, Chinatown, little Hispanic area, little Hindu area, even an African area in almost every major city. But you don't see little black town, do you? Because we can't get together and organize shit. Because we don't know what we want. But we know we vote Democrat. But yet, we don't even know shit about the damn Democratic. We don't even know shit about the Democratic Party. Tell somebody Democrats were slaves. Tell somebody the Democratic Party were fucking slave owners. Oh, man, no. Martin Luther King was a Republican. Oh, no. Malcolm X a Republican. No. Farrakhan a Republican. No. Medgar Evers Republican. Nobody wants to hear that. But yet, as long as I've been voting Democrat, my hood has gotten bad. From bad to worse. Tell me about your hood, where you stay at. As long as you've been voting Democrat, what has happened to your neighborhood? And as long as we've been putting these people in office, what have they came back to us and done? We put them in office, they do what? That's why we need to study. This time around, I voted Republican. Because I know that bastard, what's his face, was on that lock us up shit. And he's on it again. Following him. Just like I'm following the other one. Because just because you do your thing on November 3rd don't mean that it's over. You need to see what they talking about. Watch the debates. Watch all of that. And you will see. Even old girl Kamala even said it. Under a Joe Biden presidency, watch the vice presidential debate. And watch at 1 hour, 32 minutes into there. When Mike Pence attacks her black community thing, attacks her. One thing you can tell when a person gets attacked is they let it all out. They let it all out. It's like you catch them off guard like a sneaky jab. They come back with haymakers because they irritated. That's exactly what happened. She came out and said under a Joe Biden, because he talked about how she locked people up and how she's locking people up and this, and that. And then she wanted to defend her career, defend herself because he said what he said. You know? So she came out talking about, I have a career to be Marvel. And under a Joe Biden presidency, I can continue. We can continue this under a Joe Biden presidency. What does that tell you? What do y'all think she owns? But she black. She don't even recognize black. Her daddy don't even really recognize black, even though he's Jamaican. But what do we want? Back in the day when people were voting, they studied who they wanted to be in office. No, I ain't voting for that hunky, or I'm voting for that hunky because he's trying to help us out. Why you think Kennedy got killed? Why you think his brother got killed? Help us out and your ass get killed. So we're so content with just settling and just doing whatever. We not even, we vote the same old. And if you do it the other way, you a coon. But all the time, all of the coons and Uncle Toms were on the other side. Because if the Democrats are the slave owners, what does that make the people? But yet, to go back to the origins of voting, when we started the Republican Party, I'm Uncle Tom or a coon or whatever. But my thing is if you don't know what you're voting for, like I said 1,001 times, don't vote. Don't vote just because they, because right now, and right now, the reason that I be on this, the reason that I have been on this so heavily, because this world is literally changing. People ain't paid attention that Hollywood is still shut down. People don't even know that babies are being rescued. People don't even know that pedophiles are getting locked the fuck up left and right. People don't even know that politicians are going to jail for being corrupt and selling us out. The country that you work in, the country where you eat, sleep, and shit in. People don't even know that it's another country that's trying to come in and knock your ass out. All we know is TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and what the main media shows us. Because TikTok shows us a lot of shit. One thing I like about TikTok is that TikTok show you the people that I follow and the things that I see on mine for my For You page. It's like news media and press conferences and stuff that's going on in this country that ain't on regular TV. It ain't on Fox. It ain't on ABC, NBC, or none of the mainstreams. This stuff is very important, but we don't know nothing. But when you turn it to them channels, try to see if it's on there, it ain't on ours. So I had to download apps just to watch the real news of what's really going on in this country. Then when I try to tell people, a lot of people don't know what's going on. All they know is Trump a bad dude, but the only thing they can talk about is these 4 years. They don't know nothing about before the 4 years. Then they don't even know what he did during this year, during his term for us, because he has the media in court. A lot of the media things in court. Remember I said treason, people selling us out, controlling what you see. We've been through this, black folks. It's new to white people. What did I say? They used to control the books, so we couldn't read what we needed to read. So they controlled our flow of information. But when the internet came out, they couldn't stop it because other countries had that information too. And they let it go. So now they doing the same thing. They're controlling what you see on TV. That's why I keep on trying to flood my Facebook page with information with stuff that's happening. This is and that. People think that November 3rd is it. But this election has been challenged. This election has been taken to the Supreme Court. This election has been taken to the... Man, it's a lot of stuff going on. And another thing, the world is waiting on this election. And the world is not with Biden. That's the killing part. People in China are waiting for Trump to get back in office because they want to get rid of these crooked politicians. People in India waiting on Trump to get back in office because they want to get rid of their crooked politicians. Everybody in the world is waiting on one man to get back in office to... I don't know what's going on, but the world is watching this one. The world is changing. We're in the middle of a change. We are in the middle of a global change. More than just the currency. It's something happening, something in the air. But all my black people know is what's happening on Instagram and Facebook and what the mainstream media tells them. And then when the world changes, what's going to happen? Man, that shit ain't true. Then when they find out it's true, it's too late. You behind. You can't even catch up now. Now you back to saying that same old Negro spiritual. I call it a Negro spiritual. What about us? When all the time, this stuff is right here in your face, but you don't want to look into it. You don't want to read about it. You don't want to study on it. So then when it comes back to your face again, you don't know. So what's supposed to be happening in the world? This man named Joseph Gregory Hallett. The queen is not the queen no more. She was an illegitimate baby. Her whole family, her whole bloodline. So she's not there no more. So Joseph Gregory Hallett III is supposed to be the new person, whatever. And he's supposed to be over this. He's supposed to be getting announced in or sometime soon or whatever to England. But he's over England, Scotland, Ireland, all of these things. And he got all of them natural resources, all that gold and all of that. They talking about him and Trump done talked and all this. This man done met with Putin. This man done met with other political, figures and all of that. I mean, from what I'm getting, they talking scriptures. They talking Bible. I mean, in the government, they're talking scriptures being fulfilled. Yeah. It's crazy. So they talking about things lining up with scriptures and the demons being the bad people being cast out, the devil's people, whatever you want to call it. They talking about getting rid of the bad people and this and that. It's a lot of stuff going on. They talking about cleaning everybody's rap sheet, everything, starting over at zero. Everybody got a fair share. Everybody starts over from zero. All debts canceled. Period. It's a lot of stuff going on. Now you see why they don't want dude in office? I'm looking at court documents talking about sex trafficking, human trafficking, organ harvesting, pedophilia, the rape of kids, killing of a media anchor, and Google in court. All of these people up under this one affidavit or whatever, up under this one court case. Google, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, YouTube. Not YouTube. Is it YouTube? No, not YouTube. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Biden, the son Biden, Rockefellers, all of these people, man, it's going down. And a lot of politicians taking their stuff and running for the hills. People are being locked up left and right. There's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know. And then when you put it on brothers and sisters, try to inform them what's going on, how the world's shaking and moving, without them, they don't want to hear it. Oh, this nigga. We don't want to hear that. Why? So then when it comes knocking on your door, like I said before, what do you want? Will you know what you want when it comes? No, you won't. Because we ain't got a clue what we want. All we know is who they tell us to like, who they tell us not to like. And we ride on that. But we don't look into why. That's a dangerous word. Why is a dangerous ass word. Because when you get to the why, my thing I found out a long time ago with Bush. When white folks start hating another white person, something to that. Started looking into the whole Bush thing. This mug exposed the banks. The whole ballooning and all the whole thing they were doing with people's houses and all of that. That's why so many vacant houses now. Because the banks got exposed and they got whatever the hell happened. And so the economy, they talking about the economy and everybody, all these niggas I knew, all these black folks I knew. Oh, he messed up the economy. For who? Who the hell he messed up the economy for? It's been bad over here. What economy you talking about? Did they think about it? Like, well, then Obama get in office. I voted for him, thought he was going to do something. Hope. Change all through his campaign. Nigga got in office, gave gays rights, Jews reparations, told us we got to work for ours, and then rescued the banks. As opposed to telling us we can take $10,000, go downtown, buy that empty house across the street, and we can put our family in there. And all we got to do is pay the property taxes and the water bill and fix it up. I'm thinking he going to get on there. Like, yeah, he going to let us know. He going to let us know what's going on. He going to tell us about this. Because when I found this out, I'm like, oh, he got to be on. Ain't did none of that. You niggas need to work for reparations. Even though he sat in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Something that we built. I got to excuse me. I've been working in sand and, you know, that dust get up in your face. But even though he was sitting in the White House that we built, our ancestors built. And they like to say, well, it didn't happen to you. But yet they benefiting off of stuff that didn't happen to them. They didn't whip nobody. They didn't choke nobody, feed nobody's babies to the alligators and stuff like that. No, they didn't. But yet they living good. Their whole neighborhood is good. Everybody up under that skin color is damn near in a way better position than a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? But yet they benefiting from all of those slavery inventions that was created, that the slaves created, that they took over. You know, they benefiting from it. You know what I'm saying? A stoplight. Washing machines, peanut butter, all of these things, they benefiting from it. We ain't getting nothing off of it. But yet, they want us to get over what happened to us. You see what I'm saying? But ain't nobody trying to fight for us. We don't even want to fight for ourselves. Because they done beat so many of us down in front of us that we scared to stand up. If I had the backing, I would. I'm not that type of nigga. I'm not scared to die. So, hey, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. I always said the only person know if you're gonna live today is the Most High. You can't control your death. The only thing you can control is the decisions that you make. You know? Only entity that knows when I'm gonna pass is death and the Most High. But we need to know what we looking for. If we don't know what we looking for, if we don't know what we want, how the hell can we say we being done wrong? How the hell can we say any damn thing? We don't even know what we want. So when it comes to us, what we gonna say? We don't want to listen to our brothers and sisters who trying to teach us right, trying to get it right. We don't want to hear them. These niggas think they know something. These niggas. But never look into what a brother and sister say. That's why I say, man, what do we want? Do you know what we want? Do you know what you want? Like with the marriage situation, we don't even know what we want. We want to be happy, but yet we don't want to be happy. It's what do we want? And somebody figure that out. And who do we want to tell it to us? Because we seem not to like our own telling it to us. So who do we want to tell it to us? All right. All right, y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. This is Mr. Rance. Peace.